Proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is WNEP TV 16, the news station. Now, Nolan Johannes, Karen Harch, Jack Ruland in Skycam 16, meteorologist Tom Clark with his backyard forecast, and Tim Carlson Sports. This is Newswatch 16 Update.
The parent company of Pennsylvania Gas and Water Company is studying a takeover offer. A corporation formed by the Cary Energy Group wants to buy out PG&W's parent company, Pennsylvania Enterprises. The offer was officially made today. Pennsylvania Enterprises officials will not comment until after checking out that proposal. Moscow borough officials say they don't want Steamtown trains to cross their bridge when they come to it, so they've asked a judge to stop this year's first excursion. Officials say the 70-year-old span in Lackawanna County is falling apart. But in order to begin regular runs to the Poconos this year, the Steamtown trains have to cross that bridge. The attorney for Moscow says the borough will back off of court action if repair work starts Monday, as Steamtown has promised.
That before any trains go across the bridge, that there is a sufficient amount of work done to alleviate the current hazard. And if that's done, then I'm sure that the Moscow Borough Council would be happy to withdraw their application.
Steamtown officials tell us the work will begin Monday morning because the tourist attraction has too much to lose. Schuylkill County is looking to hang on to trash from industries so it can be recycled. County leaders had a look today at the resource recovery plant that's about to open outside Pottsville. It's a huge metal building just off Route 61 in North Manheim Township. 8 workers, including 5 from United Cerebral Palsy, will sort industrial trash and recycle scrap metal. In just 3 years, Schuylkill County has gone from having the worst to the best mental health programs in the state. Newswatch 16's Bob Costantini has an example of those programs and mentally retarded people at work.
This is Habilitation Incorporated, a place where the mentally retarded can learn skills which might lead to jobs. Here, mildly retarded workers are making plastic wrap rolls, a job contracted to this site by the Exxon Corporation's plastics plant nearby.
We have a lot of companies that are now coming to us calling, do we have available workers that can help them out on their trades?
Just 3 years ago, Schuylkill County's mental health programs were in shambles, cited by the state as the worst of all counties. Then John Phillips was hired to run the county's mental health, mental retardation programs from one office. A staggering turnaround has led to the state citing Schuylkill County as having the best programs for the mentally retarded. Administrator Phillips says the county has been concentrating on meeting state goals for training, independent living, and cost effectiveness.
People do move on, do get rehabilitated, and do enter good community life here. And I think we've really been doing our job to make that happen for the people, and I think the clients have been doing their job to make it happen for themselves.
And a few of the workers even have some career choices.
I don't really know yet what I'd like to do when if the time comes.
Last year, a job placement worker was hired to get some of the county's mentally retarded into private company jobs. A dozen have been placed so far. Bob Costantini, Newswatch 16, Pottsville.
Next, hopefully, an end to this damp, chilly weather. It's downright cold out there tonight.
It is, Karen, but the end is near.
Oh, good.
Yes, to the rain, and when we come back, I'll let you know how warm I think it's going to get this weekend. Now, you're watching Newswatch 16 Update on WNEP TV. We're proud to serve Aquashikola and all of Carbon County.
I'll have a burger with pickles, lettuce, tomatoes, and an order of fries.
Something to drink?
Yeah, a Coke. I meant a Pepsi.
If you want great refreshment, just say what you mean.
Make that 2 Pepsis.
Pepsi, the choice of a new generation.
King Glass and Paint Company celebrates the grand opening of its newly remodeled Swoyersville Warehouse Center. It's a 4-day sales event that can save you up to 60%. You'll find the lowest prices ever on northeastern Pennsylvania's largest paint inventory, including nationally famous Coronado paint. You'll also save big on wall covering and carpet now through Saturday at the newly remodeled King Glass and Paint Warehouse Center, 1079 Main Street, Swoyersville.
You might think that rainy weather would be perfect for planting an Arbor Day tree, but apparently they don't think that way in Washington. Because of today's April showers, the Agriculture Department decided to plant its annual Arbor Day tree indoors. Smokey the Bear and Woodsy Owl were on hand for the indoor ceremony. I guess they've never heard of umbrellas. Don't want to get wet there in Washington. Well, Tom, you have your umbrella still.
It's plenty wet out back here, Karen. The rain's still coming down. A cold rain, no doubt about it. Temperatures out back in the low 40s now, and it may get a few degrees colder than that between now and daybreak. A free drink for the apple blossoms, I suspect in just a couple of days. This tree will be in full bloom. 4/10 of an inch of rain so far in the backyard. That's the most rain we've had since way back on the 12th of this month. Beginning tonight in Phoenix Park, that's down there in Schuylkill County near Minersville, 52 degrees, and Diane Bass tells me it's still raining down there. Nancy Sandercock in La Plume had 2/10 of an inch so far, a very light rain falling up there at 45 degrees. And in New Albany, Bill Baker tells me 2/10 of an inch, 40 degrees now, and just a very gentle rain falling up there, soon to be ending. Next, a view this evening from New Columbia, Union County, one of the many places where you can find the tulips in full bloom. Yeah, it's nice. 43 degrees out back, 78% humidity. That wind coming down out of eastern Canada, 12 miles per hour, and the barometer now is rising slowly from 30.15. Range in temp here today, 59, and the lows so far today is what we have now, 43. 87 degrees, set back in 1960, the record high. Here's the radar view coming up next. Now, the rain is confined to the eastern counties of Pennsylvania. As you can see, it's a light rainfall. The heavy stuff is down over the Carolinas, where there's been some large hail and some heavy downpours and some thunderstorms down that way. But the rain has ended up in Albany, but for a while tonight it was mixed with sleet. Rain and sleet up that way, but none of that in our forecast for tonight. As a matter of fact, what we have is a Canadian high building down over the Great Lakes, a cold flow of air. Notice the back edge of the clouds all the way out towards Lake Ontario and Lake Erie. So I suspect it'll be a slow clearing trend here as we head through the early morning hours tomorrow. And then out to the west, warm air is trying to take the place of the cold air, and some showers are breaking out over Minnesota and Wisconsin. And we'll see some cloud cover here move back in, I think, on Sunday. Maybe a late day shower Sunday, but all in all, the weekend's looking good. That slow clearing trend tomorrow should be a nice, beautiful, sunny finish, but despite the sunshine, it's going to stay quite cool. So if you have any outdoor plans, do wear a jacket. It'll be worth it. Chilly, 58 high in Towanda tomorrow for the Cherry Blossom Festival in Wilkes-Barre, about 60 or thereabouts. 58 in Hawley. Aquashikala, 61 tomorrow. University Park, the blue and white game out there at Beaver Stadium, 60 for the high, a nice day. North wind up to 20 at times tomorrow. The sunrise time for tomorrow will be at 6:10, and the sun sets at 7:54. So for tonight, the rain will continue for the next couple of hours, and it should be ending by about 3 to 4 a.m. 39 out back, 58 tomorrow, a nice sunny afternoon on the way. Clear and cold tomorrow night. It's going to get down into the 30s in some places. Maybe a touch of frost up towards the northern border, but on Sunday, partly sunny, 61. Monday looks good, and partly cloudy on Tuesday. So, Karen, not too bad. Have a good one.
Not too bad, yeah. Have a good weekend, Tom.
Okay.
Still ahead, still like that old-time rock and roll. Plus, Tim Carlson with the Sixers and Flyers in playoff games, and the Yankees trying to make it 11 reasons why winning is fun. The Sports Watch next.
While every brewer knows that nothing protects the flavor of pure, natural beer like darkness, very few do anything about it. This is one of the few. We protect Rolling Rock in light, tight six-packs because we brew Rolling Rock with all natural ingredients. Mountain spring water, no additives, no preservatives. Rolling Rock Premium Beer, so pure and natural, before you open a bottle, you have to open the box.
Hills is a place for kids.
And baby, too. More than selection, brand name quality, too. Like Oshkosh B'gosh. Discounted 20 to 25% every day. Lots of styles and colors. Oshkosh B'gosh, one of the many brand names for baby at Hills. And Teddy Bear Fair is Hills' way to show they have more for baby. Much more than any store of its kind. Come to Teddy Bear Fair, now at Hills.
No competitor we know of has more for baby.
They're teaming up on the volleyball court to raise money to fight cystic fibrosis. The University of Scranton's Physical Therapy Club is sponsoring a volleyball marathon. It's the 5th year for the event to benefit the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. The bumping, setting, and spiking began tonight at 6 and will continue until 6 tomorrow evening. They hope to raise $3,000 during this volleyball marathon at the University of Scranton. Good luck. Well, Tim Carlson comes back from vacation and jinxes the Yankees.
Oh.
You know, gosh.
Sorry, Karen.
They were doing so well until you came back, Tim.
I'll tell you what, give me another week's vacation and
okay,
I'll make a deal with you. Yanks win, okay? The Yankees out in Cleveland again tonight, looking for their 11th win in a row. They're trying to snap out of an extended early season slump in which they've lost 13 of their first 17 games. Yanks grabbed the lead in the first. Don Mattingly right here with a double the other way. It'll score Ricky Henderson to make it 1-0 Yankees. And things are looking good. The Tribe tied it in the 4th. Tony Bernazar with a base hit scores Chris Bando to make it 1-1. Let's go to the scoreboard. See the final. Cleveland won it 6-5. They did it with 2 runs in the 9th inning. That was after the Yankees had scored 2 runs in the 9th inning to take the lead on homers by Ricky Henderson. He had 1 in the 8th and 1 in the 9th, but that's the way it goes. That's the end of the winning streak. Milwaukee beat Baltimore 6-4. Rob Deere, home run number 8. And the Brewers are 14-1. In the 9th, Toronto and Chicago 2-2. Kansas City beat Detroit 7-3. California over Minnesota 8-1. Boston and Texas knotted up at 4 in the 7th. And Seattle and Oakland are scoreless in the 2nd. Good news for Philly fans tonight, they didn't lose. Then again, they didn't play. Their game at the Vet with the Pirates postponed because of rain. They'll make it up June 29th in Philly, part of a twilight doubleheader in New York. The Mets working on some weekend revenge on the Cardinals. Remember, last weekend the Redbirds made the Mets red-faced with a series sweep. Pick it up right here. Sid Fernandez was just great tonight. Had good stuff early in this one, and through the whole game he does the job on Jack Clark, and he had 9 strikeouts tonight, did Fernandez. St. Louis did get the first run of the game in the 6th. That's Vince Coleman scoring to make it 1-0. Mets tied it in the 6th. Keith Hernandez base hit scores Mookie Wilson, and it's 1-1. A few batters later, Kevin McReynolds infield ground out scores Keith Hernandez to make it 2-1, and that was the final, 2-1. The Mets win it. At Atlanta, the Braves and the Giants both trying to snap losing streaks. The Giants successful. Candy Maldonado, 3 RBIs, 2 on this first inning homer for San Fran. Chris Brown and the batter renowned with another homer. Just a pitch later after Maldonado's in the first inning to make it 4-0. The Giants won it 7-5. NL scoreboard, Phillies and Pittsburgh postponed because of rain. Mets over the Cardinals 2-1. Cubs beat Montreal 6-4. San Francisco over Atlanta 7-5. In the 9th, Cincy leads Houston 2-1. In the 3rd, it's LA 4 and San Diego 0. Back on April 2nd, this was the story in New York as Mets pitcher Dwight Gooden entered a drug rehab center to try to beat a cocaine use problem. Today, Gooden's attorney said doctors are planning to release Dwight sometime late next week, saying his drug problem isn't that serious. They say Gooden is not an addict, but rather an occasional user. The Mets aren't saying when and if Gooden will return to the team. They say they'll talk with the baseball commissioner before doing anything. All right, the Sixers out in Milwaukee to open up their best-of-5 first-round Eastern Conference playoff with the Bucks. And Charlie Barkley helped the Sixers build a first-half lead. Right there, he just puts it in off the glass and gets the foul, too. Sidney Moncrief kept the Bucks close in the first half. The steal and the layup for Sid, and there it is right there. The Doctor had a productive first 24 minutes. The nice move to the basket here put Philly up by 6. Later, the jumper by Terry Cummings cut the Sixer lead to just 1. Let's go to the scoreboard, see where they are right now. In the 4th, Milwaukee leads the Sixers by a bucket, 102-100. Atlanta leads their first-round best-of-5 series over Indiana 1-0 as they beat Indiana 110-94. Detroit over Washington 106-92, and a late starter Houston and Portland. Game 3, the Patriot Division title series, the Flyers-Islanders, a game each going into tonight's game. Flyers up 1-0 right here. The deflection by Al Hill in front, and it's 1-0. Later, the Flyers make it 2-0. Brian Prop, the empty net goal, and then Philly increases the lead. Mark Howe with the shot into the open net. Watch this gift here. Boom, there it is. Let's go to the scoreboard, see the final. Flyers win it 4-1. They lead 2-1 in that best-of-7 series. And Montreal beat Quebec tonight 7-2. The Nords up 2-1. Friday night racing at the Downs. Take a look at the second feature, won by Masada Bird. And the numbers, Daily Double, 2 and 7, 1660, Big Triple, 243, 3440. And tomorrow night, as we take a look at the fishing game forecast and outdoor life, you can see all kinds of good stuff with Stan Sowa, of course.
Now, before I say to have a good weekend, I need some help on this, because still ahead.
Okay, much more music. And what else do we have?
How about this?
Let's say a real blast for the past and all that rock and roll stuff. But
wow. Forward DJ, can't you tell? First, the lottery numbers, the daily 9, 6, 9, and the lotto numbers 4, 10, 23, 35, 36, 38, and the alternate is 17. We'll be right back.
Are you lying to your dog?
Doesn't this look delicious?
Lies, lies. We can't believe a word you say.
Once we get this all chopped up, it'll look just like steak.
Lies, lies.
End the lies. Feed your dog new Grand Gourmet dinner for dogs. Grand Gourmet is loaded with beefy strips smothered in a rich, savory sauce. Dog food that tastes this good never looked this good. New Grand Gourmet.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just like the flagship Sheratons across the country, the Sheraton Crossgates in downtown Wilkes-Barre is famous for first-class service, and you'll love the food at Wanda's on the Park, known for its delicious dinners, oven-baked breads, and spectacular salad show, and both are served free with every meal. Wanda's on the Park. You'll love it.
Love the life at Sheraton.
The Sheraton Crossgates in downtown Wilkes-Barre.
Finally tonight, if it's only rock and roll for you, tonight's performance at the Kirby Center in Wilkes-Barre is sure to bring back memories of the good old days of rock and roll. The Cherry Blossom Festival presented a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame review. The Marvelettes, the Coasters, the Drifters, and the Shirelles. We're told there were not many empty seats in the house at the Kirby Center in Wilkes-Barre today. Looks like fun. And that is Newswatch 16 update for this Friday. Be sure to join the weekend team tomorrow and Sunday. For the update team, including Nolan, who's had this week off, thanks for joining us. Good night and enjoy your weekend.